time in your prime, well, then you. People call, say beware doll, you know you're bound to fall. You thought they were all just kidding you. You used to laugh about everybody that was hanging out, but now you don't talk so loud. Now you don't seem so proud about having to be scrounging for your next meal. Well, how does it feel? How does it feel to be without a home, like a complete unknown, like a rolling stone? You gone to all the finest schools, alright, bit slowly, but you know you only used to get juiced in it. Well, nobody ever taught you how to live out on the street, and now you're gonna have to get used to it. You say you never compromise with the mystery tramp, but now you realize that he's not selling any alibis as you stare into the vacuum of his eyes and say, do you wanna make a deal? How does it feel? How does it feel to be on your own with no direction home, a complete unknown, like a rolling stone? Hey, how you doing? Justin here. Today we are checking out Like a Rolling Stone by Bob Dylan, famously written about Rolling Stones guitarist Brian Jones. Interesting fun fact, I played in a Rolling Stones tribute band for about 7 years, and I used to play the character of Brian Jones and Ron Wood and Mick Taylor actually, but yeah, pretty interesting times, full dressing up and all of that sort of stuff. But I took it seriously. I love the Rolling Stones. This is a great song about Brian Jones. He was apparently a bit of a difficult character, shall we say. Anyway, let's get to a close-up, check out how to play it. So this is the intro I'm going to teach you. It is basically just C to F. If you want to play just regular C to F, that works just as well. But I think doing the kind of adds to the making it sound like the original recording. You can pretty clearly hear this riff going on there. So what I'm playing is just a regular C for 2 beats. Then I'm moving to an F major 7 over C. So you can see second finger just moved down a string, little finger is going down on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. So I'm muting the thicker string. You could reach around, play the bass note with your thumb if you like, but generally I mute that thicker string, 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 1st fret, and then open. And you're just going to play it, lift off second finger twice, and then go back to C. Now I usually add in a little hammer on there again. This is completely optional. So I'm going down, hammer, down, up, down. So the hammer on is kind of happening as my arm is moving up, but I'm not strumming it again. 1 E and a 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this is happening 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2, 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2. Now, I'm giving you ideas for strumming patterns and ways of playing the chords, but feel free to change up the way that you play the chords. If I'm showing you F chord a particular way and you don't find that a comfortable one, you should adapt it. It seems to me like a lot of Bob Dylan songs are skeletons that you can dress up any way you like. They work beautifully as covers, and you can approach each song lots of different ways, which is probably why he's such a covered artist. Lots and lots of versions of this song and many of his other songs as well. So do feel free to change it up. I'll give you some of the options as we go along for simplifying or embellishing stuff as we go. So after a few rounds of the intro, we get into the verse, and the verse is going C to D minor, C with an E bass. Now this is exactly the same like a regular C, but we want that as the lowest note. It's important because we want this. Once upon a time, dressed so fine, through the bums of dime in your prime, didn't you? Here, we want that little climb up thing going on. So C to D minor, C with an E bass. Now the reason I'm not just playing a regular C is that if it's very likely that I'll strum that note. So much better off just to use that second finger, and the tip of it is actually muting the fifth string, and then I'm just targeting the thinnest four. Now if I want to continue that, I'm going to use small F. Even though I could be playing this one, it's likely I'll be doing that. Sometimes I do finger that one actually, but it doesn't really matter. And then to G chord, you could either continue it on and do the G like that, but I nearly always go to the full G at that point. Again, just using third and fourth fingers, third fret muted, open, 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 third. So C, D minor, C with an E bass, to F, to G, the full G. Now another option you might want to explore is doing the C with an E differently. So you do C to D minor. Now here, you've got an E down there, so you can play a regular C chord, but let that open thicker string ring out. Then to F, G. So it gives the climb differently. Now, it's really a matter of choice which one you like the sound of. Another thing that you might find works well if you want to change your dynamics is doing these chords just for this section as power chords. So you'd find C to D to C with an E bass, which is an open thicker string, and then the third fret, and then the first finger goes down for the F, move it up to G. So once upon a time you dressed so fine, through the bums of dime in your prime. Well, didn't you? Now, I'm not saying that you should do a power chords one, but if you're doing a lot of this stuff and you're playing on your own without much else for an arrangement to change the dynamics, it can be really helpful to have ways of divvying it up a little bit. That's another reason we go down to that nice little quiet bit just before the chorus. Again, it gives it sort of a dynamic shifts between where's loud and where's soft. So you might find that doing one verse as power chords can really enhance the overall performance of a song. But again, completely up to you. Let's continue our way through the tune. So we had this already. C to D minor, C with an E bass, to F, to G. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. C, C to say D minor, do, you know your C with an E bass, then your F chord, then you're gonna go to G, 3, 4 to F, you used to G, all about, back to F, everybody that was G'ing out, and now there's this other little part. So officially the chords would be F, C with an E bass, D minor to C. This is the now you don't talk so loud, now you don't seem so proud. It's F, little f, C with an E bass, to D minor to C. Again, we've got that bass movement, F, C with an E bass, D minor to C. Now you don't talk so loud. But I've always played it like this. Now you don't talk so loud. And you can choose to do it this way, or you can choose to do the chords or any other way that you feel like it. I'm sure this was probably on a recording or a cover or something that I heard a long time ago, and So that's just always how I've done it. So this is, it's an F major, F add 9, I suppose, or an F sus2, depends on what you want to call it. It's 3rd fret on the 4th string, open G string, 1st finger in the 1st fret for the 2nd string. And I'm just picking strings 4, 3, 2, 4. Then it goes down, this is C with the E bass, so 2nd fret, open, 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, 4th string. And now this time I'm just playing 4th string, 3rd string, 2nd string. This is a D11, I suppose, doesn't really matter. And then to a C. And then I'm playing the 5th string, 3rd string, 2nd string, and a little climb up on the open 4th string, 2nd fret, back to the F. You don't have to do that. You don't. This is just a little arrangement thing that you might like to try it, but you don't feel obligated to do it that way. You might just, no, you don't talk so loud. You might prefer to stick with the strumming, and that's totally cool too. I just think, again, it's one of those nice, it brings the song down again and then builds it back up into the chorus, which I think just works dynamically really well. So the second time through, I often don't do the climb up, so talk so loud about having to D minor, to F, to G. This is one of my little embellishments which you don't have to do. I'm doing a hammering down my 1st finger in the 1st fret of the 2nd string and my 2nd finger in the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Down, hammer, down, up, off. It's just a really nice embellishment on the G chord. Anytime you got a G, really, you can, any songs that you got where there's G chord, C and D, those kind of things. Just a nice fill to add in. You don't have to. You could just stay on the G and keep it simple. Completely up to you. Let me go through that all of the way through that verse again, and then we'll hit the chorus. So, C a bunch of time, you D minor so fine, you C with an E bass to an F chord, G. Then a new 2nd bar G. C chord again, D where D minor, then your C with an E bass, then to F chord. They were all just G chord. Killing you. Embellishment if you want, but you don't have to. Down to F. You used to G about F. Everybody that was G'ing out, but F to C with an E bass to D minor to C. F to C with an E bass to D minor to C. Then it's D minor to be scrounging F for your next G chord. For 2 bars with a little embellishment if you want. Well, how does it C? F like the intro to G. How does it C to F, lift off to G? To be without a C. F with the little lift offs to G. Like a complete un-C. F with the embellishments to G. Like a rolling stone. And then it just stays on the G there a bit at the end, sometimes longer than others. You've got to remember Dylan is a storyteller, and the story is more important than the arrangement. So if he wants to stick around on a chord a bit longer in one of the verses, then it's going to happen. That's okay. It just means that when you're playing it, if you're playing on your own, you can kind of get away with stuff like that. You just change like he did when you feel like it. If you're playing with a band, you need to decide on the arrangement beforehand. Really, really important. Let me go one more time through the chorus. So it's literally a C chord to an F, just like we had in the intro. But then we're going off to our G chord for a bar. How does it feel? F to G. How does it feel to be without a home? like a complete unknown. F to G, like a rolling stone. Now note here, sometimes going from the C to the F, I'm lifting off that third finger even though I don't need to, and it's just to get my fingers in exactly the right position. I think sometimes for the C chord, when I just move it down, I don't feel like my little finger gets onto its spot as perfectly as I want it to. Now, you probably find your little finger will go down fine. I'm maybe being overly fussy with myself, but I just find sometimes just that little lift off and putting them down together seems to help get my fingers just in that perfect spot, as opposed to like nearly in the perfect spot. And the more you play, the more you'll start to notice little details like that. Again, something you might want to pay attention to now. Might be something that doesn't matter right now, but it'll matter to you later. So I just thought I'd point that out. This can be a pretty long song, especially when you factor in some solos, so do pay heed to the arrangement. Really good thing to do is to record yourself playing the song and then listen back and see how you're feeling about it, if it gets a bit samey to you when you're listening to it. In a band situation where you can have like different people drop out or different sounds going on with keyboards or different drum fills and all of that, it's a little easier. On your own, which is how I imagine a lot of people are playing this on acoustic guitar, you just want to pay a little bit of attention to that because it really does improve the experience for anyone that's listening to it. Okay, so let me know what other Bob Dylan songs you'd love me to teach. Let me know in the comments down below if you're over on the website or on YouTube. Remember, there's a song request board over on the website as well, justinguitar.com/song, so let me know about that. Remember, you can get tabs and sheet music as well over on the website now if you're a subscriber to that particular service. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for plenty more very soon. Take care out there. Bye bye.